Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how to uninstall your existing over-the-range microwave. Okay, so if you've had your microwave installed, I'll say probably within the past 10 years or so, this video should walk you through how to successfully remove it. But before I do get started in showing you that process, I do want to highlight a few things that will help you understand how a microwave installed. Essentially, what's really holding the microwave up is the cabinet. So your cabinet up top is what's actually holding the microwave up. Now, in addition to hardware, essentially screws that are going in through the cabinet into the top of the microwave, there's also support that's installed on the rear wall to support the microwave from sliding down the wall. So rather than it just, not just something from the top is holding it or any kind of brackets elsewhere, there's a couple steps, but you'll see it all makes sense in just a moment. That being said, we can just dive right into starting to remove it. So you have a general understanding of what it takes. There's, the cabinet's holding it, and then there's support on the rear wall so that the unit doesn't move around, play around in place. Before we do start with that, I do want to say if you have a setup similar to this where your microwave is installed above your standard stove, I recommend just sliding it out of the way, get it out of the way, because it gives you some room to really get in there, especially because these units are a little larger. They're not really all that heavy, and some can be heavy, especially if you're looking at a convection microwave, or some of the older models tend to have a little bit more weight to them. But, and then more particularly if you're planning to install your new microwave, it definitely makes it a lot easier to do it without the stove in place. The reason why I recommend that is because most of the time I'm actually doing these installations by myself. The manufacturers on every microwave always recommends doing it with two people. So this is definitely not me telling you to try this by yourself. I'm going to demonstrate how the installation or the removal, of course, in this particular video takes place. And then of course you want to make sure you have the right help to make it happen. If your setup is not like this and you aren't able to remove your stove, I recommend you cover your top. If you have just a cooktop or something that's there, cover the top. You got get yourself a blanket, like a moving blanket or something like this, just to cover the surface so you have like a nice safe place to work. But before you do cover it, another thing I like to always, as you can tell, I like to always point out any safety feature that I possibly can. I've seen cooktops turn on in the middle of an install just from bumping into it somehow. So if you have a cooktop and you are covering it, be sure to go ahead and turn your breaker off to your to the cooktop. This way it just doesn't happen to turn on its own. So make sure your electric is off to the cooktop before you put anything over it and start working. I'm gonna go ahead and slide this stove out of place. This model is pretty awesome, so yours might not be so easy. This model is actually on wheels, so it rolls right out. I love that. Just get this moved out of the way, and go ahead and show you what it takes to get your existing microwave uninstalled. Before you start to look for anything else from this point, make sure the turntable or any rack that's inside is removed. You just don't want, as you start removing it, it'll just start banging around. And of course, you don't want to have that, doing that just it'll adds a little weight to it. Just lighten, I always like to lighten them as much as I could, so I don't have those kind of things in the way. And after that, essentially the bracket that's installed against the wall is something that's done in prior steps of the installation. So you don't have access to that bracket at this point, but what you do have access to are the screws that that actually hold the unit up in place. So you'll be able to see right here in your cabinet above, you're gonna have some screws, as you see, that drive through the top of the cabinet into the top of the microwave. And as you can see, mine are there. So you're gonna you're gonna locate your screws, and it could be in this situation where there's two, yours might have three. Either way, there's just a few different models that have a couple variations, but for the most part, that's gonna be the location of the screws. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I know it can be super intimidating when you don't know, you haven't done it before, but you're gonna see how easy it is that literally within seconds, I'm gonna have this microwave off of the bracket and pretty much removed, and the final steps are pretty much, self-explanatory. But I'm gonna go ahead and start removing the screws. So, start out. So I got that screw pretty much out of the place. You can see I got it fully removed. Now what you're gonna wanna do before you take the other one just be prepared to support the microwave, because once that other screw is out, this unit is going to be ready to come down. So get yourself an extra set of hands. Maybe have someone removing the screws for you while you're supporting the microwave, because like I said, as soon as that's going to be removed, that's going to come out. But notice one thing, my microwave is already unplugged. As you can see, it's already unplugged. So of course, before doing anything at all, even taking any screws out, unplug the microwave. That's just essentially fish through the top of the cabinet. As you can see, it just comes through and then it goes into, obviously plugs into the outlet there. So let me go ahead and get this removed. So I got support. Personally, I'm just going to hold this here in the way, and I'm going to start get this screw removed as well. All right, so this looks like it's pretty much out of there. So there's my second screw, and that's pretty much it. So as soon as I start to release this unit's going to come right down, just like that. So if you have your support that you need, of course, whoever's helping you can pull the cord through, and then the bracket that's against the wall that's supporting the unit has some hooks that are holding the unit in place. So as you come down like this, in order to get it off that bracket, you're simply just going to lift up on the back side, and it's going to come right out, unhook from the back of the bracket, and you'll be able to, it'll make more sense once I remove it. So slide it right out, and boom, the microwave is removed. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a closer look. So that microwave is removed. I'm going to give you a closer look to the bracket so that makes sense to you. So when you're installing the microwave initially, part of your steps of installing the microwave is securing this bracket to the wall. As you can see, it's here, secured to the wall, and that's what was supporting the back of the microwave, preventing it from wiggling and playing and sliding down the wall. You could disregard, obviously, as you probably saw in my setup, I got a lot of holes, not only in my cabinet, but also against the wall. I've installed multiple microwaves in this spot and removed multiple, so between the different brands and the different models, it could be that the screws are not in the same placement. So obviously I created that, but that's pretty much how to uninstall your microwave. There's not really anything to it. I really hope this video helps and possibly made the process easier for you in removing your old, your existing microwave. I promise you that it's definitely something that's just a lot of people are more intimidated looking at it just because of not knowing where to look, but it's literally that easy. I hope this video helps. Definitely appreciate you watching, and if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe for more. Thanks.